Hey guys, this is Delphine with the CultureQuirk channel. This week I'm making another sort of music reactions video to the latest Arashi album, which is called Beautiful World. It already came out a little while ago, but I really wanted to get those last couple of videos up first, so it actually gave me a little bit more time to listen to the album and get a really good opinion of it. Overall, I liked it a lot. They really delivered. There were lots of highs and also a couple of lows for me. So let's just go through the songs and I'll give you my opinion on them. The first song is called Rock This. When I first listened to it, I thought it was a little bit slow, maybe a little bland for a first song on the album. It didn't really open it up with a bang. But after going through the whole album, I ended up finding that it did sort of fit at the beginning, and it's not a bad song at all. There's some Sakura up in there, which is always good, and what's kind of fun with this one is that the other members rap too. So overall, I thought it was a decent song. Next up is Mada Minu Sekai. This one already had its own music video and everything, so I was familiar with it and I already liked it a lot. The video itself was fun and different, and the entire song was very techno-y and more modern for them, but at the same time, it also really reminded me of their older stuff as well, so there's kind of a combination going on there. Some parts of the PV specifically reminded me of the very first Arashi music video. If you've seen it, you probably know what I'm talking about. So anyway, I really enjoyed it. Next was Love Rainbow, which they already had a single for. And I've always loved this song. To me, it's sort of similar to One Love, except it's a little bit bouncier and has more of a beat. So it's very cute, sweet, catchy, and a good addition to the album. The next song was a new one called Always. I liked this one from the start. I thought that it was very catchy. I like the instrumental bits, the piano part at the beginning and whatnot. It sort of adds a tinge of mystery that I always enjoy. And it's been growing on me more and more as I listen to it, so it's a success in my book. After that was June's solo, which was called Shake It. When I first started listening to it, I was kind of like, oh June, what is this? I thought it was kind of funny, but it wasn't bad. It was pretty bouncy and fun. And at the same time, there wasn't a ton of techno either, like his last solo, Come Back to Me. I sort of like what they're doing with June's solos, the fact that they're all so different, so I'm always wondering what his next solo will sound like. At the same time though, I wish he had something a little bit more identifying, some sort of style that you can recognize in a song as sort of fitting with him. I'll try to explain what I mean a little more when I get to the other members' solos, and maybe it's just me, but overall, I thought that Shake It was fun. The next one is one of my absolute favorites on the album, Niji no Kakera no Rain no Rainbow. I just think it's so pretty. It's very uplifting. I wouldn't really call it epic or anything, but it's just very happy without being too bouncy either. They have this awesome sort of traditional Irish sounding instrumentals going on that personally make me think of Hobbits. I thought it was so different from Arashi, but in a really, really good way. I love this song. Following that was Dear Snow, which had also come out as a single. I've always liked this song just fine, although I was never in love with it. It's a slower one, and it's pretty, but a little bit sad, and when I listen to it, I do enjoy it, but something about it just made it a little bit forgettable for me. Although it works fine as a sort of transition song here, so let's move on to the next one. And now we have Ono solo, which is called Hung Up On. So when it comes to Ono solos, I feel like a lot of them are really similar, especially more recently, you know, the slower stuff that sort of show off his voice. And this one was different, which was nice to see. I would love to see him perform this one in concert because this sounds like the kind of song that would be really good to dance to, and I really like the instrumental parts. Having said that, this unfortunately just wasn't my favorite song of his. I didn't really like the chorus at all. I do appreciate the effort in trying to do something different, but for me, it just wasn't that great of a song. Still, I love Ono, he has a great voice, and I still listen to this song. It's not bad. The next song was Joy. I don't have too much to say about this one. I mean, it was nice and chill, it had a bit of a jazzy beat. It was almost a little bit boring though. After listening to it a few times, it has grown on me a little bit though, so I'll just keep listening to it, and it does sound like something that would be fun to sing along to once I know the lyrics, so I'll stick to it. Okay, next is Nino's solo, Doko ni demo aru uta, and let me tell you, I was so excited for this one. And he delivered. I fell in love with this song from the start. His solo from the last album was not bad, but it wasn't my favorite, and this one is so much more the type of song that I love hearing from Nino. It starts out really sweet, but by the end of the song, it's freaking epic. And in that sense, this song is really different from a lot of stuff I've heard from him, and this time it's definitely in a good way. It's not something that I listen to again and again. I mean, for me, it's a little bit too epic for that. It's almost kind of emotional to listen to. So my favorite solo of Nino's is still Niji, but this Doko ni Demo Aru Uta comes in at a close second. The next song was Negai. While this wasn't in my top favorites for this album, I still really like this song. It's kind of mysterious and pretty, and I really like the vocalization that goes on in this, and in that sense, it sounds almost kind of Indian. The verses sound like they're sort of building up for something, but then the chorus is still kind of restrained, which was actually kind of nice. I like the tune a lot, and this song has been growing on me more and more. Now next up is Aiba's solo, Janakute, and I hate to say it, but I didn't like this one. It's very jazzy and pretty upbeat, but it just kind of fell flat for me. It wasn't totally horrible, but I honestly prefer those really happy songs for Aiba. Some of my favorites for him were Hello Goodbye and Magical Song. Hopefully I'll like it more if I give it a few more listens, but as of now, not my favorite. Now the next song, however, I'm in love with. It's called Morning Light, and it's also one of my favorites on the album. There's definitely a techno feel to it that I thought worked really well with this particular song. It does a good job of building up to this really great chorus, which is fast and fun, and it just has this really good energy to it. It makes me want to get up and run a mile. And it's also one of those songs that's really fun to sing along. Great song, like I said, one of my favorites. Next up is Show Solo, Kono Mama Motto. And I'm sort of embarrassed to say it, but this one was also one of my favorites on the album, and I've been listening to it over and over again. And it's weird because it's not something that I would typically like. It's super cheesy, it has that sort of romantic saxophone thing going on at times, and it's generally pretty chill. And it's really weird because it's Sho, who's usually doing a lot of rap and stuff, and now he's doing a really cutesy song, and yet somehow it works. The verses are almost a little bit of a rap, so it fits, and I just love the chorus so much. My only qualm was that there is an actual rap section, which I didn't really think fit with the rest of the song, but it didn't bother me too much. I think this is my favorite Sho solo ever for now, and this is a really good example of what I was talking about earlier with June and what happened with Aiba and even Ono, is that here they tried to do something very different, and yet it still fits with the member, and it turns out to be a really good song. Sho seems like such a sweet person, so it's nice to see this side of him instead of always the rapping stuff, and I just really love this song. And now we're on the last song of the album, Tokumade. This one is a really nice way to end the album. It's a very happy, feel-good song. I can actually imagine this song playing over like ending credits for a really cute movie that had a happy ending. A lot of fun, it makes you want to get up and dance, and it's another one that I want to listen to again and again. Alright, so those were all the songs on Arashi's album, Beautiful World. I like this album a lot. They had a lot of stuff that was really different. A couple of things that I thought were kind of missing was maybe a little group ballad. Slower songs aren't usually my favorite, but I think one would have been nice, although I guess Dear Snow might count for that. And I would have also liked to see a darker, more mysterious song, kind of like Circus from the last album, or another favorite of mine is Tokei Jikake no Umbrella. I would really like to see more stuff like that again. But again, they tried a lot of new styles, which I really appreciated, so I guess there wasn't enough room. My least favorite songs were probably Joy and Aiba solos, and then my absolute favorite songs were Niji no Kakera no Rain no Rainbow, Morning Light, and Sho and Nino solos. So those are my thoughts on the album, but everyone has different opinions, and I would love to hear yours. If you're an Arashi fan, tell me what you thought of the album, and if you're not, maybe check out some of the songs that you think you might be interested based on my reactions. I'd love to hear what you guys think in the comments below. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.